But wouldn't that
because I don't celebrate whatever the Puerto Rican Christian baby eating holiday might be?
There are no baby eating holidays.
Oh, that's Jews. Never mind.
What holidays do Puerto Ricans have that Americans don't? If I may ask.
The Three Kings.
Three Kings.
Three Kings is like
That's the Latin Kings, right?
No.
That was a movie.
Oh.
Three Kings Day. It's
West Side Story.
Mark Wahlberg.
It's like the 6 days after the New Year. It's about the three kings that visited Jesus with presents, and what Puerto Ricans do is they'll put presents underneath the kid's bed for three kings.
Switchblade, a 22.
We should probably break it to hipsters that Jesus wasn't white. Maybe this is a good show for that.
He was Jewish.
Yes.
He didn't even look white. I mean, he didn't.
He was a white Jew.
Actually, Jesus was a Scientologist. His name was Thanos.
That's why those dudes that followed him never got out. You can't leave once you get in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Super Jesus, played by that short dude, the Scientologist. You know the one I'm talking about? Not Jim Jones. Yeah, Tom Cruise playing Super Jesus.
Can you see him in a white robe and long hair going, join, please join.
I'm surprised I'm surprised he doesn't have. They don't put him out front of a Sea Org with that spinny sign arrow thing outside. Hey, is that time?
That's a good idea, Louis.
Jesus. I can see him in Mission Impossible right now.
That dude.
What a jackass that guy is, seriously.
He is, man. Did you see him on fucking Jay Leno talking about when he almost killed a guy?
No, I saw him on Oprah trying to sell black people Scientologists.
He was on Jay Leno or Letterman. It might have been Letterman. I can't remember which one, but he was talking about he's a pilot, and they always love to fucking brag. It's so easy to be a pilot, people. It takes like 3 months of school, you're done. But so he's a pilot, and he's flying with this other guy, and they've got a guy in the back. Well, they were getting kind of high in altitude, and they had to cut their oxygen down because they didn't have enough oxygen for all three of the guys, only two. So they cut the guy's oxygen in the back, and he passed out. And Tom Cruise is talking about this like it's hilarious. And he said, we were coming down from altitude, and the guy in the back's like, my arms are tingling. I fell asleep. I don't know what happened. I'm thinking, that's fucking attempted murder, man.
It is.
Jesus.
Can you see joining this church and someone tells you to take your toothbrush and go clean the shitter and you do it?
Couldn't they?
A bunch of fucking retarded assholes.
That's what I'm thinking. Couldn't they just open up the window to let air in?
Not at that altitude. There's not enough oxygen in the atmosphere. When you get up past like 20,000 feet, oxygen gets kind of thin.
Why didn't they just get some bags, fill it up with oxygen, and pop them, once they got up there?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But they run it out of a tank like a dude on, like someone with emphysema runs it out of a tank. They have it running like that. And they run it to a mask. And otherwise you can black out.
You ever notice how Michelle Obama's arms are really fucking long?
I never noticed that. Sorry. Is that true?
It is. They're just as long as her legs. What's up with that shit?
What's wrong with you guys? Something's wrong with Guy.
I don't know.
He's losing it.
The Sky vodka bottle ran out finally. And there's no fucking cherry in it.
Well, I'm not saying anything about blacks because
I like cherries.
I'm so anti-racist.
Of course you do.
But orangutans do have long arms, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I wonder if her knuckles drag.
You know why orangutans have long arms?
So they can jerk themselves off and their partner.
No, it's easier to steal. So anyways, moving on.
That's
I get it.
A bad joke.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady. I can say she's in the movie Return of the Planet of the Apes. Throwing shit at people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are all the same. Seriously.
She is not. If she had white skin, you would think she was hot. She does have nice lips.
Except for those long legs or arms. She's got alien arms.
She may be an alien. We don't know.
Whoopi Goldberg did say that she could be a tranny.
Well, I'll tell you this. If Michelle Obama's an alien, Hillary Clinton's a goddamn cyborg because that woman is not human.
No, she's a tranny. I said
She
it
may be.
before. She's a transvestite. Jeb, what do you think? Hold on, Jeb's lighting his crack pipe up.
Do you think Jeb would fuck Hillary? I mean, all things set aside.
Oh, hell yeah.
I would hope not.
Okay.
On
And
the
what would
down
that
low.
produce? What human would that produce? Like a Tom Cruise or maybe a Danny DeVito? What would come out of that union?
Abe
Bruce
Bagoda.
Jenner.
A fully grown Abe Bagoda.
And Bruce Jenner. You know, you got to talk about Bruce Jenner. Everybody else is talking about Bruce Generous.
You know what? I swear to God, Bruce Jenner better not become a feminist to complain about the 23% pay cut he just got.
He looks like that Russian tennis player. You know the chick with an Adam's apple and hairy legs?
He does have a nice
You know the
cheekbones.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie something.
Natalie
Grunting.
Martinalova or some shit.
Yeah, that's Bruce Jenner looks like her. Maybe he's going to get a gold medal in tennis for the U.S. Ladies and gentlemen, 7-time gold medal winner, Bruce Jenner.
If he has a giant vagina, I'm going to be impressed because after what he did, to then say I'm fingering my pussy, I mean that's impressive.
Giant vagina.
See, they marry those Albanian women with their greasy hair, and they want to have a sex change. The one guy killed himself, the daddy.
I heard about that.
Oh, I thought he died. I thought he had it was
OJ
suicide.
killed him.
Oh, OJ killed him.
OJ. Yeah, he's still killing people, especially if they're white.
It's fucking Orenthal. Got tired of it.
Here's the problem. A lot of people don't realize that OJ got off because of one thing. When they said, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit, I would have stood up if I was Marsha Clark after I touched my vagina because I don't have one and I would have loved that. Yes. I would have said, excuse me, Mr. Simpson, would you please relax your hand when you try to put the glove on like you did the night you fucking just about beheaded those two people? Because then the glove would fit, you dumbass.
The 11 black jurors out of 12 didn't hurt. That and the shipments of KFC, buckets of chicken.
I like buckets of chicken. Chicken tastes good.
Now, that's just wrong. That's just wrong.
It is.
But what I didn't like is black people cheered for that. And that, for a second, told me black people are rooting for anybody that's black. What about rooting for the blacks that didn't do anything wrong? That I like.
Well, they're Uncle Tom's.
Yeah.
Well,
they
you
cheered,
know.
Man.
Somebody's. Yeah.
What they were thinking was, finally, some black people got some justice. The black people beat the legal system, finally. But that's not what I saw.
Now I listen to Bama. I like the show Bama Man on Spreaker, and I like where he was going with his take on Baltimore, on the riots. But he did use the word savage apes, and I think he might want to rethink.
That's just wrong.
It is.
Unless he was talking
They're not
about the white
savage.
people.
Those apes are not savage.
Somehow I feel like we need Pretty Boy Ric Flair here right about now.
Perfect timing. Woo! Now, admit to me, the 70-year-old black woman does not look like a silverback gorilla. Some of them.
Sometimes
I'm
they
not
do.
saying they're different. I'm just saying they do look like monkeys on occasion.
Well, this is the thing that pisses me off about black guys. It's like they'll impregnate a chick that looks so fat she looks like Mark Henry from the WWE.
You're talking about white women. And the reason that is because they know they're getting food stamps.
No, I'm talking about black women. Black women, when black women get fat, they look like men. And this kind of reminds me because when I was at I went to Wendy's after, whatever. Just saying. I said, "Excuse me, sir," and this chick says, "I'm a woman," and I just looked at her like shit, and that's all I said was shit. And she's like, "What the fuck is that supposed to mean?" I'm like, I just like,
let me ask you.
ask you a question.
Look, I'm trying to get along. I think white and black people can get along, but they're going to have to make a few concessions.
Uh-oh.
There has to be give and take here. Look, we let you free, number one.
I freed the who?
The reparations thing has to stop. Number two, FUBU cannot happen.
Nobody wears FUBU anymore.
I don't like the word FUBU. I wish they would
No,
stop.
they go to
making that.
Goodwill and get the pants have writing on the back pocket. That bothers me because you could be staring at a pocket and be mistaken for, like, I don't know, like a homosexual. Like, you staring at my ass? No, it's your FUBU, asshole. It's your FUBU.
I think it stands for fucked up bitch ugly. That's my guess.
That's exactly what it is. And listen, most importantly, pronounce the word ask correctly. Honestly, it just kills me. Because when I hear I'm going to ask you, I run. All right? Maybe that's what that could be the problem. The whole the black guy who got killed by the poor cop, he may have said, I want to ask you, and then that's all the cop heard, and he started firing on him.
It could have
happened.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you. It's like, oh, hell no. Bang, bang.
And some black people do look like monkeys, but some white people do too. For example, Floyd Mayweather Jr., since we were talking about it, I think he looks exactly like a monkey.
Right, but 70-year-old black women all look like silverback gorillas. They do.
But Johnny Carson was white, and he looked like a monkey. Why can't we admit when people look like monkeys? I don't see why that's racist.
There's just no ad of the comment.
Floyd Monkey Mayweather.
Ric Flair's daughter's wrestling now. Ooh.
Remember Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling? I do.
Mm.
It came on channel 33 at like 1 a.m. Bitches wrestling in bikinis. You couldn't, that's fappery right there. When you're 13 years old, I ain't saying nothing else.
Oh, Mae West.
A lot of black women's breasts hang down for some reason. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they can use them as bolos, as weapons.
They do. And you'll notice if you watch on Animal Planet, the show with all the monkeys, their nipples also hang down. I'll be right back.
Guy is determined to make black people look like monkeys on this show.
It's not me. But
I'm telling you, we have white monkeys too. And Johnny Carson was one of them. The trick with a monkey is anybody whose eyes are very close together. There's your monkey.
I'm not saying the monkeys aren't as intelligent as people. I'm not.
They can wear clothes and dance. Well,
yeah.
Okay, point taken.
And they know sign language. Okay, those could be gang signs. My bad.
No, you're thinking of Coco.
My cross is going on. I got to put some more gas on it. I'll be right back. Monkeys.
Well, that's as much as they hate Arabs, the KKK should be thanking them for lowering the gas prices.
Yeah, good point. Well, we're going to electric and solar and fucking fart power soon, so I think oil is on its way out.
Yeah, but how else are they going to fucking burn crosses?
That's a good question. You can use anything that's flammable. Human fat is flammable. Did you know that?
You know how you can stop a riot? I'm sorry. I wanted to insert this real quick.
Please
Ask a black person with very large lips, I know that's not common, to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Now, that's just mean. Now, why would you do that?
It is. I'll be back.
That would be like asking a white guy to dance. I mean, you know it can't happen.
Fuck you. I'm going to home. I got to goes homes. I don't want to be here no more. Mr. Shea is a fucking ignorant man. I gives up.
How do you explain the super educated black people? How did they get past the limitations of their monkeyness, though, Guy?
That's because their slave owner fucked their great grandmother.
Oh, they've got white in them. Okay, and white is Puerto Rican, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if Puerto Ricans are just whites with good tans.
I say we are the hybrids. We are the perfect hybrid between white and black and Native Indian. We've surpassed you in the evolutionary way.
Are we about to fall off of the evolutionary train?
Yeah, you guys are the past and we are the future.
How come you sound like an agent on the Matrix right now?
So how about those fucking capitals?
That's what I'm talking about. What's up, bitches? CAPS, caps. Wah. Yeah, we're going to round 2, New York Rangers. I know you're rooting for New York.
Let's go Rangers.
Every year they use